Hey, everyone. This is Angela Gurley from Virginia, and I just wanted to welcome you all to Messenger Marketing Challenge Day 1. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about branding and why it's so important to brand you. Companies come and go all the time, and if you've talked only about your company and something happens and your company's gone, then you're kind of left starting all over. And building a business is a lot about building relationships. So you want to be able to have people get to like, know, and trust you. And that's why you want to build your brand. Chris, what do you think? Go ahead.
What you mean? I'm not supposed to just post constantly pictures of my product from my company, my MLM, my network company. I'm doing that wrong?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
Oh no,
man,
Chris.
come on! I thought it was all about the pre and the post pictures if you're in weight loss, or all the different shades of eye makeup. And I'm trying to think of all the things I see that just bug me. There's one in particular that I was seeing over the summer on Instagram all the time. I'm not going to say it because it gives the company away too much, and if anybody's part of that company. But, I agree with you, Angela. But think about it from the company's standpoint. Boy, is it in their vested interest to get you to use all of your social media clout to market for them. But like you said, if you violate their policies and procedures, or they go out of business, or something happens, they'll drop you like a hot potato. But so nobody wants to talk about that, but it's the guys on the front of the stage that are branding themselves, selling their own products, doing all that stuff. So yeah, I love the fact that we kick off these on day 1 with talking about branding you, because it's what I base the beginning of any of my coaching with somebody on, is getting that mindset to switch, that they need to be the leader and it needs to be about them.
I agree. I mean, I can't tell you how many, body wraps and, hair gels and just, potions and everything. And it's kind of a turnoff because, as we've been told, people don't want to be sold to. They have a problem that they need to have solved, and they want to know that you're the person that can do it. And so that's why it's so important for you to be sharing yourself out as a leader and someone that can solve their problems, rather than saying, well, here's a pill. Yeah, the pill may solve the problem, but they need to know that you're going to kind of, one, be there around, that you're going to kind of coach them and help them a little bit understand how to use that. If they're joining your team, then they're going to want to have a little bit of training. And by branding, if you're only talking about a product, what else do you really have to offer somebody else? So it's really important to take that time and say, okay, here's my target market. So how can I present myself in a way that draws my target market to me? What do you think about that, Chris?
Target market? Isn't everybody my target market? Absolutely. Boy, I know when I first got started, I kind of thought that. I thought anybody that even was thinking that they might want an extra stream of income, or that I thought they needed an extra stream of income, because when I generated my list of 100, boy, I could go through and go, you know what, this guy's going to join because they got a kid going to college in a few years. They need the money. I made all the classic mistakes. And yeah, that's what it boils down to, is figuring out who it is that is your perfect ideal customer, who you can help the most. And
so for you, Chris, when you're looking for someone, what is that for you? Just so they can kind of get an idea.
My perfect ideal customer, actually, my customer avatar is me, actually. It really is. It's someone who has started to think about the days that their primary career will not be their primary career anymore, but they're too young, too vibrant to say, I'm just going to sit in my rocking chair and go into my twilight years of retirement, and has an entrepreneurial mindset. So when I'm looking for my perfect ideal person, it's that person who's looking to be able to have an income stream in retirement, wants to still help people, has the passion to help other people, and has certain hobbies and a certain lifestyle that they want to maintain after their job or career is finished. So when I'm posting on social media, when I'm doing things on social media, I try to always remember that that's who I'm speaking to, and that's who I want my message to go to.
Correct. And so, and I think that a little bit when that's kind of your target market, like for me, I'm more about families and trying to help families be free, help moms that have to work outside of the home be able to stay home and be able to spend more time with their kids, because who really wants to, I'm going to get in my car, rush around in the morning, take my kids to daycare, spend an hour or whatever commuting to work, get to work, rush around, and then try to figure out, pick my kids up, get home, and make dinner. Who says that's the lifestyle I want? Yeah. And so my whole goal, my whole goal, see, I have kids, so that's the lifestyle. But I want parents to be able to do more things with their kids. I mean, a lot of families now can't even think about college because they can't hardly make it on the two incomes that they have coming in. And so it really, so when I'm posting, when I'm sharing, I start thinking, what kind of issues do my target market have? What can I give them to help them solve that? And that's where your branding comes in. That's why it's really important, what age group are your people in, what demographic, where, kind of where do they live? Because like for my company, really, it's not offered for everywhere all over the world, my MLM. So I need to kind of think about, okay, well, where do my people live? What are they, what are some of their challenges? What are some of the things they're thinking about? And then that's how you start sharing.
Exactly. And to kind of bring this back around, because I can just imagine that there's somebody out there watching and saying, wait, I thought I signed up for Messenger Marketing Challenge, not Branding University. Here's where it's going to ultimately come home. Here's why we start by talking about branding yourself. Because we're going to show you over the course of the 5-day challenge that Facebook Messenger is an incredible platform for you to be able to provide and deliver valuable resources to people who you have attracted to you. And what Angela just said about thinking about what issues they have in their life, that will guide you to either, one, the kinds of things you should be creating yourself to be able to share, or finding things that someone else has created. Big aha moment right there. You don't have to create everything that you share yourself, but you need to know what it is that will interest them and what they want. So
Yeah, I find that, posting, maybe you share some free content. You can also, even lifestyle things are really important to share. I mean, I want to attract families, so I share things that I do with my kids. This past weekend was, a prime example of, how busy life can get.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's like, okay, I need to find more time in my day to be able to get everything I want to get done. And that's the other thing, is to show people that you can actually work your business in the nooks and crannies of your day. And that is really is appealing to a lot of people, when you can show them how they can fit in, when there's like, I just don't have any time to build a business. But you can actually show them how they can fill in, on a 15-minute break at work, or a lunch break at work. You can create a post, or make a phone call, or even just spend some time listening to Mindset while you're washing dishes, because I do that a lot. It's just, those are things that you can be sharing with other people, that is like, aha, I didn't even think about combining something that I don't really have to think about with something that really can, fill me up, in a way to build me, so that I can help build other people.
People aren't going to want to stick around if every time they see you online, you're trying to pitch them your products, or join your company, join your business. You can help them make $10,000 a month within 3.2 days. But when you provide information to them, when they enjoy being around, the thing is, the longer you can keep them in your environment and hanging around you, the more likely they're going to ultimately sell themselves on trying your products, or when the timing is right for them, asking you about that business that you're doing.
Exactly.
Angela, if I went to I'm not sure the last time I was on your Facebook, either your wall or your page. If I went there, would I really quickly be able to figure out what your company is that you are in? Is it network marketing, MLM, or?
I have affiliate. I do have a affiliate market, but I have a MLM as well. And
would I know the name of it if I just hit your site real quick?
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
And is that intentional, or?
It's very intentional, because I make posts about products that I use. I don't necessarily mention the name. And I definitely don't mention the company, because I want to create curiosity for other people. I want people asking me what I do. I want people to say, hey, that sounds like something I would like to try. Because as soon as you start listing your company name, you know what people do? They go over to their friend Google and they look it up. And guess what? The first, some of the things they're going to see. They're not going to read the hundreds of posts that say great stuff about your company. They're going to read the one or two that say, is this a scam? And then they're going to say, yeah, I don't think so. Even though these products may be something that will really resolve something that they haven't been able to for months or years.
Yep. Absolutely. Every top leader and top marketers that we work with, when you hit whether it's their Twitter profile or Instagram or any of their social medias, you can't tell. You have absolutely no idea what their company that they're in. And actually was funny. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you want to build a bigger business like the top leaders in your market, you need to do what they're doing, because they're not there. for no reason. They actually have a thought process of why they do things the way they do.
Yeah. No, I started to say that one of my friends has this, she's kind of, I almost think, backed her way into this really cool sort of branding she's got for some of her lives when she goes live. And I thought, well, it's I'm trying to think of what she calls them. Never mind. I can't think of the name. It's really catchy and whatever, and it fits. But the point being is, I didn't realize that she was part of a company that provided what she's going live with wine, and she's not using the term wine. She's using a different term, and I thought she'd just like to have a glass of wine at night. And she would go on and she would start rambling about all the terrible things that marketers are doing and they should stop doing. And so the other day I said something to her about the Gary V Wine Club that I just recently joined. And she messaged me back and she goes, I'm in a wine company MLM, right? And I went, no, I had no idea. So come to find out, but here's the point. I saw her post a lot of times. I would watch these videos because they were fantastic, jump into her lives. I had no idea she was part of a company that did that had that product line. No idea. But you know what? She's recruiting people. She's selling people into joining the club because they're going, hey, what's that wine you're drinking? And now they've asked. So, whether it's that, whether it's whatever, hey, what's that? I was making fun of the people. I will go like this with my hand because I remember seeing so many posts where women are taking their different kinds of eye makeups and showing you all the different shades or something on their skin. Like, if you just post pictures and active things or whatever, someone's going to go, wow, that looks really good. What is that you're wearing? There's your opening. You don't have to be out front with it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But, so let's bring it back around to Messenger a little bit and how this stuff, how we're going to plug this in for them this week.
Okay.
So what you guys should have done today, if you saw the day one training already, if you haven't seen the day one training yet, there's going to be a hashtag. It's a good time for explaining this. There's going to be a hashtag on this recording, and all week long, every day, there's going to be a separate hashtag as part of each day's posts. And they're clickable hyperlinks. When you click that hashtag, what will happen is you will see then displayed as a search result all the different content that's affiliated with that day. So for today, day number 1, that hashtag will be in this post where you're seeing this video somewhere. When you click that link, you will see the training video for today where Angela walks you through how to set up your Facebook page if you don't already have one. Because to use the messenger automation that we're going to start talking about tomorrow, you have to have a Facebook page. It doesn't work with your personal profile messenger. So if you haven't already, you need to jump over and watch that, and in 10 minutes you can have your Facebook page set up. But the key thing is, I want you to remember what these hashtags. When you go through a post, you click that hashtag, and then if we've loaded documents or we've created an assignment for you to work on and it's in a separate post, by clicking that hashtag, you'll get everything for that day showing 2, 3 posts, whatever it is. But once we start getting into how to produce some automation here, what we're doing is setting up a delivery system, a help yourself delivery system. Back in the day, if you are old like me, or you've been around for a little while, you remember that people used to have automated fax on demand lines or automated 800 calling numbers where you would prompt them with the first message to dial a certain code, and then they would hear a pre-recorded message, right? So it would be an outbound message. Or fax on demand, hit a certain button and get our 5-page PDF, basically what it was in today's terms, it was a PDF, but they were faxing it to you. I mean, this is the way things worked back in the day. But what we're going to show you is how to use modern technology, Messenger, take advantage of the fact that over 90% of people will respond to a Messenger message, and 70 to 80 to 90% of people will click links that are built in there. And so we're going to show you how to set Messenger up to be a customer service rep for you that can provide information to people, and as a way of you attracting people to you and being able to communicate with them when you're off leading your busy life. Like Angela said, you've run the kids here, you've gone there, you went to the grocery store, whatever. You're not able to be on Facebook and respond to Messenger.
Well, especially if it lets you be open 24 hours. And so if you have somebody in Australia, you're probably not gonna, be up to answer all their questions at all the hours that they are available. And this way Messenger can deliver messages even while you're asleep, which is really cool.
Yep. Only fairly recently have I attracted a few people from over in Europe. 5 hours ahead of me, they are. So while I'm still sleeping 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, they're up, and if they're morning people and that's part of their routine to use the beginning of the morning to do some of their business work, and they need something from me, I can't, they're not going to get me because my phone's on silent and I'm not responding. I'm not waking up to answer them. But if they go into my Facebook Messenger, oftentimes there's something there they can help themselves to get at, whether that's scheduling a call with me because I have a link to my calendar system, or whether they want a free training they heard me talking about the night before.
Or even joining one of these challenges with us.
Yeah, or joining one of the challenges even. Yeah. So just incredibly powerful system. But we wanted to start today talking about the foundations of attraction marketing and branding you, so that you start to think about if that requires a slight change in the messaging that you've been putting out. I know that it's okay if you've been doing some of the things Angela and I have been talking about, making those quote unquote mistakes because it's what you were taught, it's what your company wanted you to do, it's what your upline did, and you're following the leader, which is what you were told to do what the people in front of you did. We're just here to tell you that we've been around long enough to say that doesn't work long term, and ultimately it turns off too many people. So once we start putting the pieces together, we want you to put the right pieces into that system.
I agree.
Angela, where are we going tomorrow?
Tomorrow is we were getting started on our, once your fan page is set up, then we're going to hop into ManyChat and help you get started setting up. Because for me, I'm a little more technical. Some people are not. And so we really wanted to baby step a little bit through everything to make sure everyone would be able to follow along, and also to give you some time to, once we get that set up, think about where you want to take your messenger from there. So it really depends on what you're offering, and this messenger is great you don't have to be a MLM or affiliate marketer. It's great for even brick and mortar business as well. And Chris and I have talked about some options for people in those types of business as well. So we just feel like we're going to baby step. We're going to talk about getting a welcome message and a default message set up, because like we said, you can't always be available to your computer. Maybe maybe it's time for your vacation. You're going to be gone a week. So, they can go through the messenger, but also if somebody messages you back, you don't feel like you have to get back to them right away. So you have a message. You've heard people's voicemails at work. I'm away right now. I'll be back this day. I'll be checking my messages, but I'm not readily available. And so I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that, that's kind of what you want to do in your messenger as well. It's just, it's kind of like customer service. You want to be able to say, okay, you don't want somebody sitting there for a week saying, well, where the heck are they? They said they, are going to help me, and I'm not getting anything back. So, that's a great way to be able to do that. And of course, anytime somebody's joining you, you want to, pretty much say, hey, thanks for coming, and welcome them. So, and this is no different. Just like if you've joined an email list, you get a welcome email. So, and this is very similar to that. But unlike email, you have to physically respond. This, you set it up, it automatically can respond depending on choices that they make. So it's really great.
Tomorrow we're going to take the first step, and the training video for tomorrow will show you how to set up a default reply message and the welcome message. And you'll just explain the difference in those. Although I will tell you that the content of the two oftentimes is very similar, as you're going to see tomorrow. But, trying to chunk this down into small enough pieces that it's not the big O word overwhelming to anybody, and make it so that you can accomplish the task for each day without it being something where you have to spend hours and hours on end. So.
Right, because we know, Chris and I are busy. We're building our business. We, have families, work outside of the home some during the week as well. And so we are, don't want to make it so overwhelming, like he said, that, it's a step big enough that's like, okay, I can handle that. And, 15, 20 minutes tops, take you a few minutes to watch the video. You can actually have the video on one side and, your other screen, kind of split screen it and, watch a little bit of the video, go over and take an action. And a lot of times when I'm working on something that's very technical or not even very technical, I'm just trying to set up something and I want to kind of be able to compare what I'm doing and the other person's doing. I'll set it up kind of side by side and figure out what I'm doing. So
that's exactly what I do. I love that about learning through video. I'm very visual anyways, but I'll watch that, pause the video, go and do the same thing. And sometimes I think I'm not the most creative person, so I call myself a good fast follower. I see an example of something and I'll start to do something that way, and then an idea will come to me about how to twist it to personalize it to my situation. So one of the things we're going to do when you see us taking you through the different components is we're going to present to you some things that we think are fairly standard scenarios, and you can duplicate those identically if they fit your business, or if you're not sure if they do, you just want to do something, you can always do exactly what we did, literally step by step, word for word, and then as the ideas come to you, you can just go in and edit and make changes, because it's just so easy. Once you've done it once, it's real simple. So
I've loved that about this so much. It's like I got it all set up and I'm like, oh yeah, I should have added that, or I should have put that in there. And in moments you're in, change it up, edit, and then, you know, publish it again, and you're good to go.
Cool.
So.
All right. I don't have any more, Angela.
I don't either, Chris. I think we'll let them if they haven't got their fan page set up, or if they think they could watch the video, maybe they've been branding their company. I've got some information on there about how to change up a few things to start branding themselves in that video, and we can get out their information for tomorrow. So
cool beans.
Sounds great. And of course, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to message us or just post a question in the group.
Yep, absolutely.
All right,
All right.
Chris.
Oh, actually, one thing. Post your questions in this thread for this post, or one of the threads from a post associated with day one. If you have day one questions, try to keep them in there so that the group stays somewhat organized, as opposed to things being all over the place.
And someone else may have that same question, so it would, you know, and we respond back to it. They can say, "Oh, I had that question. That's how I do that." Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, awesome. And I don't know that we have scheduled a live for tomorrow, but we do have some content coming to you guys for some new action steps. And again, if anything, you have questions, please feel free to ask. We're happy. And if we need to hop on and do a meeting to help show some things more live, we're more than happy to do that. So.
Yep. Even if it's, you know, even if it's something that might be really specific to just one person, grab one of us and we'll be happy to work with you one-on-one. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. All right, Angela, thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Great to hang out with you as always.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow in video or in the group. So have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.